It is better to be alone, she figures, than to be with someone who can't see who you are. It is better to lead than to follow. It is better to speak up than to stay silent. It is better to open doors than shut them on people. She will not be simple and sweet. She will not be what people tell her she should be. I am the supplier. Today's book talk is about a book that I just finished that I thought was fantastic, The Disreputable History of Frankie Landau-Banks by E. Lockhart. This book was recommended to me by one of the other teachers in my department. She read it this past semester that just finished and said it was awesome and said I needed to read it, so I picked it up. The Disreputable History of Frankie Landau-Banks is a National Book Award finalist. It is also a Printz Honor Book. And if you don't know anything about those two awards, you can find a link in the doobly-doo to find out more information. The Disreputable History of Frankie Landau-Banks is about a girl, Frankie Landau-Banks, who attends a prestigious boarding school called Alabaster. Alabaster is an old school. It's got the whole good old boy network going on. And Frankie, who is a feminist and is trying to find her own voice amongst people who wouldn't usually listen to her, is trying to rebel against that good old boy network. And she does this by planning a number of pranks throughout one of the semesters, including the stealing of the school mascot. I absolutely love the character of Frankie. She is strong, but she is also flawed, which I think is really important in the character, especially in a character that labels herself, any label really, but this label specifically is feminist. Also, and this I think is particularly neat because I've done it, she makes up her own words. Mostly by removing prefixes from existing words to make them mean the opposite, even if that doesn't actually work, like pune as the opposite of impugn. I end this book talk with one of my favorite quotes from the book. How does a person become the person she is? What are the factors in her culture, her childhood, her education, her religion, her economic stature, her sexual orientation, her race, her everyday interactions? What stimuli lead her to make choices other people will despise her for? Check out The Disreputable History of Frankie Landau-Banks by E. Lockhart. Link in the doobly-doo. Happy reading, and don't forget to be awesome.